I can't get mad at it. I just can't. It's just too cute and small to get mad at. It's like getting mad at a Mavic Mini. You just can't do it. You're just amazed at what it can do. I think most of my problem is just disappointment because I wanted to fly it like a long time ago. All right, Dad Random here. And what I have today that is so amazing is this little tiny DJI Neo. I waited a long time for this to be released, and then finally to get it in my hands. So it took a while, but it's now here. I have had a chance to fly it, but this is what's going to be its maiden flight. One of the things you have to be able to do for this specific bird is you definitely have to set it up for 3 different devices, actually 4 if you're going to use the joystick. So anyway, you can see I've got some protective bumpers on. I've taken off the other protection that it comes with, and yeah, these were from Ken Dono's channel, and he calls them the Rib Rider. I think he should have a new one called the Slim Rider, which is a little lighter than this. One of the problems with this specific print is it's heavy, you know, and this thing, if we can take off any amount of weight, it would really help. All right, so let's take off. All right, so we're gonna do a takeoff, and here we go. This is gonna be the Neo, and we have visual. All right. All right, we're back. Looks like we're good. We got altitude zone check. Checking my goggles. Goggles are now good. Really bright today, so our video is going to be what it is. There we go. We do have wind coming to our back, so we have to be very careful about our flight. I've already got a orange line at the bottom of mine. So we got antennas up, yeah. Oh boy. There we go. Whew. My goggles switched over to, my gosh, that was scary. Yeah, I got an orange signal meter issue, and I've got to turn around because I've got wind to my back, and that means that the wind is going to be an issue with my return flight. There we go. Looks like, no, I've got, everything's good though. Looks like we're back. Looks like we're back. So we're going to take the battery down to about 60%. I didn't find anything in the menus that allowed me to turn off electronic image stabilization. So I do not know if it's possible for me to stabilize the video post-production. Right now, the best thing I can tell you is I feel like I'm flying a bigger bird, even though it is a little bit breezy. And I don't think the battery doesn't seem to be dropping. Battery meter is right now just kind of hugging, 70%. So I'm going to start doing my exploration part of the flight. So I pretty much went straight out. And I'm going to fly around these objects right here. So I'm just, this is where this is the test distance. I had one little hiccup and scare, and yeah, not a lot of punch, so you have to be very careful about your throttle use. So this is the same place I took the minis, the Nevadas. So I'm kind of doing a Nevada-like flight. And now I'm gonna return. I'm just gonna, okay, I gotta challenge the wind coming back. And one of the things I have to keep reminding myself is I'm only flying something with a very small battery. So I'm now keeping low. And I'm kind of go, staying with the terrain. I'm staying in a kind of a small hole of or opening because I need to first check out the battery. I need to get confident that even with a small amount of wind, because what I've been told up to this point is that you just can't fly with any wind, and you have to fly it indoors, and all these other statements were made. There's actually a location that I should have flown from right down there. And I'm about 55%. And I'm flying towards me. And one of the things I'm seeing is that this thing can handle a little more wind than a lot of people are giving it credit for. I just flew almost to an area that I've flown a bunch of 3-inchers. And now right now I'm just milking off battery. And, I'm just, you can see the wind is affecting me, but I am flying directly into the wind. So I started coming back at around just under 70%. About 30% to get back. And I am, playing it safe. But this is the maiden flight of the Neo. And I'm probably getting some really nasty jello. And yeah, the video is not as good as we are used to. And there goes a truck with a really loud flag. So you can see that I'm really milking it out at 30%. And this is where these batteries tend to have a little bit of an issue. You should have heard me whizzing by there. But as far as manual control is concerned, it's I'd say it's maintaining a pretty solid signal, and it's battling the elements. I'm not saying I can use this video, except for the fact that I'm having a lot of fun. So let's go up a little bit, and let's see if I can. Yeah, I'm really low battery. Now it's telling me, hey. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just put it in. It wanted to go down. I put it in sport mode, and I'm just flying in right now. And it asked me to come in at about 20%. So let me get my hand out here. So There we go. That was pretty nice, huh? That was pretty cool. All right, that was the maiden flight of the Neo, full manual, because I think I'm going to stop for just a second and catch my thoughts here, collect my thoughts, and talk a little bit about what just happened. All right, Dad ran them back, and this is the Neo. At first glance, very, very, very small. The box is small. It feels small. It feels very toyish. And I was really thinking about taking off these bumpers, even though my flight didn't turn out too bad. The camera image is probably needs some adjustment on my part, but you know, I'm not gonna. This is not something that we need to you know talk about how wonderful the pixels are. But yeah, I got out a pretty decent clip and fought the wind back. And I would say we are probably 7 to 10 today, but not gusting. So it's kind of intermittent. Very much desert breezes, and it's about 95 degrees. Okay, so we're very hot. So there's a couple of things that we successfully did as far as the Neo. I am flying with the controller 3 and RC controller 3 and the goggles 3. So I would say that was took me a little bit to get it set up. I spent a little bit of time doing that. I had to pre-set it up. If I didn't do a pre-setup, I would have had to, do it here. And then when I did put a new battery in, it told me, hey, you got to update the battery. So that's another thing. I got one more battery that has 0 cycles. That was a brand new battery, by the way. But but as far as the Neo is concerned, I think it surprised me, and its capability. I think a lot of people have really kind of, who haven't flown it manually, have felt, its weakness in without full manual tilt. But you can tell right away that you're going to struggle in a little bit higher breeze. But everything else has been pretty intuitive. Put my hand out, it just likes to land in it. I haven't done any of the the kid stuff. I haven't done any of the things that it's actually been made for. I just went full tilt into the FPV world, because that's most of the people that are wondering about this. Is fun to fly FPV. Yeah, it is. You do an evening flight with this thing in a park or something. Now, you want to punch out of problems, that ain't going to happen. So, and you get anywhere near 30%, you better be home quick. That's for sure. So, and I was there. I got back at about, I don't know, I'll have to look at the film, but it looks like I was out there at 70%, and it took me a good 30% to get back, and that's actually a pretty good clip, guys. So pretty impressive, actually. Very impressive clip, to be quite honest. I have been disappointed at how long it's taken for me to get it, but now that it's here, I would say the positives outweigh the negatives for sure. But all right, so yeah, that's how I flew it today. And if you're wondering if I did buy the full-on Fly More, and I do have the controller 3. I'm guessing the controller 3, they had to do something with the transmission on here for 03. So I don't know what they did, what frequency that it's operating on, but it feels like it has 2 batteries in it. It doesn't feel like it has a single battery like this one. And yes, I have flown it with this controller, and I will fly it again, and it did just great. So, all right. So for Dad Random in the Neo, the DJI Neo, this is its first official Dad Random flight, even though, yeah, I have flown it, and pleasantly surprised, and I've figured out a lot about it. It only takes one flight, and you figure out a lot of things about a bird. So there it is right there. There's the Neo, and this is sporting the very, very attractive protection. I think it does need to fly with protection, but I think another thing, Ken Dono, you need to provide, will you please make a version with, take some weight off? We need to get some weight off this thing. So if you took all of those little nubbins off of there on your prints, would you do that for me? I would really appreciate that. Make a version that's lighter. Take some weight off. We need, every ounce counts when you're flying sub 250. It does, especially one where our battery is at a complete premium when it comes to 10 minutes, 12 minutes of flight total. So, all right. So the only thing I would ask for is we need to have these. I think you have to fly with some kind of protection, yeah, just take some weight off of it. I don't know what that's going to do to your product, but I think it would help. Okay, smooth it out, take some weight off, and make it gray. Okay, little darker gray than this right there. We want a contrast, kind of a cool contrast. I would do it with yellow too, by the way. I would do that bright yellow. That would be cool too. Or Dad Random purple. That kind of that wishy-washy purple that I like. All right. So anyway, thanks, Dad Random, for the DJI Neo. All right. Pleasantly surprised today. I can't get mad at it. I just can't. It's just too cute and small to get mad at. It's like getting mad at a Mavic Mini. You just can't do it. You're just amazed at what it can do. I think most of my problem is just disappointment because I wanted to fly it like a long time ago. All right, Dad Random, thanks, bye. All right, Neo. For Dad Random, yes, pleasantly surprised.